What supporting documents has St. Martin received to prove INSO is not in financial trouble? The answer: during the bidding procedure in 2016, St. Martin Medical Center has reviewed the financial situation of INSO, and at that time, INSO did meet all the financial and technical criteria. This review was also conducted in 2017. In 2018, also, the World Bank confirmed that INSO was not on their blacklist, indicating that INSO is a reliable party for the new hospital project. Only at the end of 2018, it turned out that INSO had financial issues. See also the answers to question 4 and 5 by MP Duran. Question 10. A sale like INSO can last 6 months. What impact will this have on the island or SZV? The EAP of INSO called a delay in the start of the construction of the new hospital, about 4 to 5 months, as the St. Martin Medical Center and the lenders needed to execute their due diligence. As indicated before, the medical center expects to sign the addendum of the contract with INSO in September 2019, after which INSO will start with the execution. Simultaneously, the extraordinary commissioner will conduct the sale process. The impact of the sale for the island and SZV is limited, hence during the sales process, INSO will continue to execute the project. Due to the EAP status and the 30 million euros support from the Italian government, INSO is capable to continue the works on a going concern basis with the same people as before and in line with the stipulations of the construction contract. Question 11 from MP Irian. Will government give a guarantee if there are cost overruns in the construction of the hospital? Is there a contingency plan for cost overruns? The answer: there is no guarantee from government for the project. The project is based on a design, build, and maintain contract for an all-inclusive fixed lump sum amount for the entire project. The DBM contract and all the inclusive lump sum structure provides a good protection against material budget overruns. Hence, the contractor is responsible to build and deliver the new hospital, including all equipment for the agreed price. A budget overrun is only possible if the medical center requires new and/or additional specifications for the construction. The medical center has, from a conservative point of view, a reserve for unforeseen of approximately 20 million guilders, or 25% of the construction budget. What is the structure of the St. Martin Medical Center Management Board? See the answer to question 1 by MP Irian. Is there a CFO at the St. Martin Medical Center at this moment? Yes, reference is made to question 1 by MP Duran. Third question from MP Emmanuel: where are these individuals from? Management Team Board. The current managers team consists of the board of directors, 3 full-time, and the department managers 5 full-time, and totals to 8 persons, excluding supporting staff. In total, 5 out of the 8 persons, or 63%, is local, whilst the remainder is from outside of St. Martin. What are the real construction costs of the new hospital? Reference is made to question number 8 of MP Duran. A total construction cost of $101.5 million US dollars, including a budget of 20 million guilders for unforeseen costs, has been determined for the new hospital, including all the required medical equipment. Other budgeted soft costs are the JCI quality accreditation, and the capitalized interest can be seen in the answer to MP Duran. Is there a post for overruns? Can we get a breakdown of the operational cost of the hospital? Okay, that is also in the presentation that was given, but I will just give the totals. As it relates to the salaries and wages, social securities, medical supplies, housing expenses, general expenses, other depreciation, we have in 2016, 50,923, 50,000 guilders 923. In 2017, 52,057 million. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then in 2018, 55,357,000. This will be provided to the MPs. And it is in a presentation by the medical center, indeed. Could the tariff increase have been done in phases? Reference is made to the answer to question 1 by MP Irian. Will no patients be sent abroad when the new hospital is finished? Even when the hospital is finished, we need to send patients abroad, hence the medical center is a general hospital that provides about 84% of its total care. The allocation of those services that the medical center will not provide is based on medical and/or financial feasibility.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Besides the clarification, before I go into the clarifications, for the audience, I would just like to elaborate a bit more on how we opened the meeting, Mr. Chairman, with highlighting when the meeting was called, when it was convened, and now we are continuing still in the first round. Because when you look at it, the request was put in from December 5th of last year. The meeting was finally convened 3 months later on March 4th, and here we are, August 15th, 5 months later, discussing the same meeting. I highlight this to say, Mr. Chairman, that there is a clear indication that Parliament isn't functioning properly and is making it very difficult because certain things that was relevant then isn't relevant anymore. And I would like to know, and this question is to you, Mr. Chairman, if we as members of Parliament can get a clear-cut reason as to why this meeting has been going on so long. So my first question is to you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to go through my clarifications. I noticed that a lot of the questions were skipped. Again, this has to do with the time being that the meeting is called and then reconvened. One of my questions that I can remember at this time is that in the press release, the minister stated that INZO is financially strong, but they are still looking for a buyer. Now, when you look at them needing a buyer, then it already shows that they are not financially strong and that the buyer needs to guarantee 2 years of financial stability. That was one of my questions. So what's going to happen with the other 2 years? Because in the same press release, the minister stated that it will take approximately 3 to 4 years. So if the buyer only needs to be financially strong for 2 years, what's going to happen with the other year and a half or potentially 2 years, or who knows? And one of the questions that I also asked back then, Mr. Chairman, is that in the picture of the groundbreaking, the whole groundbreaking ceremony, were there any representatives from INZO in that picture? So were there any representatives from INZO during the groundbreaking at that ceremony? Because, you know, why I question the whole financial stability, because, Mr. Chairman, INZO is not selling because the shareholders are going into aviation or something else. They're selling because they have financial problems. And here you have the government / the hospital trying to convince members of parliament that, there's a financial situation, it's not so bad, but they'll continue anyway. If you ask me, Mr. Chairman, for me to build a house, my house, and you're telling me the contractor's in financial situation, I don't trust that situation, I move on. I understand there are certain obligations and certain things that are signed already, but then those that sign those things without doing their due diligence has to be held accountable, Mr. Chairman.
With regards to the various mentions throughout the presentation of the EAP, the Extraordinary Administrative Procedure, Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, we need clarity on the way the presentation is defining this. Is EAP equal to insolvency? Can you please clarify how you are coming up with the definition of EAP as per Italian law? Mr. Chairman, if I can ask, does the hospital concur with the definition I have before me that Italian Extraordinary Administrative Proceedings, the EAP, is both a court and an administrative directive procedure available to large insolvent companies? So please, let's stop playing with the definition of this thing and say what it is. Next, Mr. Chairman, can we please clarify Next point, can you please clarify the position with regards to VAMED of the hospital? Because I believe some of the questions that were answered in reference to VAMED made it seem as if the VAMED is not capable. Is VAMED a capable company to build a hospital? I would like clarity on that, because I think maybe the impression did not come across the way the Prime Minister or the Minister of VSA might have intended. So clarity might help in that regard. Mention was made of audited financials in response to my question. However, I appreciate the fact that the information was given that it was none. What I also requested in that question, if those could be provided to Parliament. So I understood the one that from 2016 and 2017, I guess, should be ready by now. Can those be provided to Parliament? Mention was made in regards to the question that I asked concerning the maintenance and the viability of that part of the contract. Mention was made about bonding guarantees between the maintenance subcontractor. I definitely need some clarity on that. Has this contractor already been selected? Who is the company? And have they issued a statement to the hospital in that regard? Because if the assumption is being made that they're bonded, then that means you've received some sort of communication on this. Can that be shared with Parliament? Also, if a company is issuing bonding guarantees, like INSO, my clarification that I need is, can a bankrupt and insolvent company have a competency to issue bonding guarantees? Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, I apologize for making that mistake over. NIB Bank received one contractual payment according to the presentation today. That was said early in the presentation. I would like to know if that amount can be shared, because it was stated that this is an annual fee, if I can get clarity on that. And NIB Bank was selected on an invited bid, as was stated in the presentation. However, in the answers, can we get clarity as to whether the invited bid resulted in NIB being the lowest cost overall in terms of that annual fee? I would like verbatim clarity that, let's say, over the course of it, if it was actually cheaper than the other two companies, Vida Nova and I believe AIB, that bid.
Hey, ma. How you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact Wib today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
The reason why former Minister Lee got the vote of no confidence, because, like I made mention when he was here, is that he was a bad minister, a horrible minister. And my colleague made mention that we are here today based on the research that we did, the research that we brought out, or else we wouldn't have heard nothing from the minister or even the hospital or even the government concerning INZO. Mr. Chairman, I sit here today and I listen to the presentation and I see, again, how they are basically doing the same thing, similar to Minister Lee, and hence the reason why I asked the question. Is INZO a bankrupt company, yes or no? The answer from the Prime Minister is no, they are not bankrupt. Okay, if they are not bankrupt, why are they in a special EAP? Why? If they are not bankrupt. And if they are not bankrupt, why the 30 million? To do as they please. And Mr. Chairman, this is the same thing Minister Lee kept saying, that no, INZO is in a special. What special is it? It is easy for you to say things. Where is the supporting documents to prove that? Where is it? Where is it? And I remember reading the article concerning Italy rescue aid to Condotte. And I'm not going to labor on it because I read it once, I read it twice. Mr. Chairman, the European Union, the Italian government, it is clear where they made mention that in the context, the European Commission stated that by granting access to finance at conditions which it would not otherwise obtain, the state guarantee is liable to improve the position of Condotte in relation to other competing construction companies active in Italy or in other member states within the internal market which need to finance their operations at market conditions and which could step in replacing Condotte in current or future construction project. The state guarantee consequently distorts or threatens to distort competition and affects trade between member states. So when we keep hearing the government and we keep hearing the hospital saying that the Italian government gave Condotte money to do as they please, The question is, again, to do as they please outside of the member states of the European Union? Outside of the member state of the European Union, when they are saying that's not what the money is there for? So which one is it, Mr. Chairman? It's the same letter that I wrote the last time. Everything is there. So what is happening here? They are separating the mother company from a subsidiary. So we are separating which one is bankrupt and which one is not bankrupt. But yet, Mr. Chairman, Enzo is looking for a buyer. Enzo is looking for a buyer. Why? Why is Enzo looking for a buyer? And I said it the last time when these good gentlemen was in here, that it troubles me with all the brilliance and all the smartness that the airport has at their disposal. They choose to continue down this path. Mr. Chairman, I am stating it here that the hospital continue down this path. I am stating it here that I would personally hold them responsible when this goes belly up, because the signs are there. It is there. It is clear to see. There is a problem with Enzo, Condotte, and the whole situation. There is a problem.
The Prime Minister, Ms. Leona Romeo Marlin, is also giving updates in the weekly press briefings on the status of the home repair program. A few weeks ago, we addressed the public relations stunt of State Secretary Knops, who went to take pictures at 3 homes in different neighborhoods where the NRRP started with the home repair program with the Dutch Trust Fund money. Billboards are now being erected at different places. Based on the criteria to qualify for the home repair program, we have received complaints of various citizens who did not qualify, but who still live on the tarps, and who are not in agreement that they cannot get any help to build back their homes better and stronger. How many homes the NRP Project Bureau has repaired so far? It is in the National Recovery and Resilience Plan that the government, through me department, and the World Bank Group has estimated that 70 to 80% of the 19,000 housing units in St. Maarten are structurally damaged. In other words, 13 to 15,000 homes have to be built back better and stronger. Until now, no word from Prime Minister Leona Marlin Romeo, neither from the NRP Project Bureau Director, Mr. Claret Connor, about construction or reconstruction of the 13 to 15,000 housing units that were damaged by Hurricane Irma. The Ombudsman has embarked on a research about the recovery process to come up with recommendations. People have been asked to pass at the Ombudsman office and file their complaint concerning government entities and their response and services in the recovery process. As the right to adequate housing is a human right, the Consumers Coalition hereby, based on advice of our lawyer, Mr. Cormerks, is embarking on a campaign to get as much complaints as possible of consumers who still need to get assistance for their home to be fixed in a more resilient manner. With our lawyer, these complaints will be used to demand both the kingdom government and the local government to comply with the right to adequate housing. Just as government has been brought to court for their handling of the problems with the dump, the same way both governments, kingdom government and the local government, will be held liable for the lack of adequate social housing in St. Martin and the slow pace in which they are addressing the housing situation in St. Martin. We are almost 2 years since Irma passed. And where in the Netherlands, the year that Irma passed, 62,000 new homes were constructed, in 2 years' time, not even 1,000 homes were reconstructed in a resilient manner here in St. Martin. If the Netherlands is, in 1 year time, can build 62,000 homes, new homes, then in 1 year time, they can put their money where the mouth is and pay and instruct some of their contractors to build 15,000 new, resilient social homes in St. Martin. These companies can hire the available craftsmen that we have on the island, but they can also bring their own laborers to construct the homes in 1 year time. And as has been announced by government, all these companies and workers, they can get the necessary permits for the duration of the construction project. Why do we not hear State Secretary Knops? Why do we not hear our Prime Minister? Or why do we not hear the Minister of Roaming speak about such